The level of pettiness that South Africa has, unmatched. We need to be studied at Harvard as to what exactly is going on, because the back and forth between Nigeria and South Africa, it has to end. And Chidimma is always trending every week, week in, week out. Chidimma's probably been trending for a good month now, and I don't see an ending in sight. So, as we all know, Chidimma dropped out of the Miss South Africa competition because of the illegal findings that they discovered regarding Chidimma's mother and her stealing someone else's identity, and basically just questioning Chidimma's citizenship here in South Africa. So, she was forced to drop out. Fine. Now, Nigerians, Miss Universe Nigeria decided to invite Chidimma so that she gets to compete in a pageant. Since South Africans are rejecting Chidimma and they're stating that Chidimma is not South African, Nigeria decided to claim Chidimma. And at least she gets to compete in a pageant. Problem solved, right? Chidimma is competing. But listen to this clip and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Accepting the offer 6 days after she voluntarily exited herself from competing for the Miss South Africa pageantry. And I'm like, wow, this is very, very nice. Okay, congratulations, my dear. You have been given the opportunity to come and compete for Miss Universe for Nigeria. But where have you been all this while? So if South Africa did not reject you, you wouldn't have remembered that you are a Nigerian, Abi. You are only coming to compete for Nigeria now. You are only coming to Nigeria now just because you have been rejected by South Africa. Now you know, say na Nigerian you be, Abi. What about a lot of Nigerian ladies that have actually stood their ground, maintained steeze in this country in order for them to get to the top in that competition? Now,
so now the question is, where is Chidimma supposed to compete, since Nigerians were forcing South Africans to accept that Chidimma was born in South Africa and Chidimma is a South African citizen and she needs to compete, even though Chidimma has two parents who were not born here in South Africa, and allegedly she doesn't even speak any South African language, but she was born and raised in Soweto, which is confusing because Soweto is a township and there's I don't know what are the possibilities of a Nigerian being born and raised in South Africa or in the township and not speaking any South African language, like our Nguni languages. Confusing, but I'm not going to question that. I don't want to dive into it. To each their own. So now Nigerians have Chidimma. Chidimma can compete in Nigeria, but they have an issue with that. I feel like it's the double standards. They want us to accept her, but they can't. Even though Chidimma literally has a Nigerian name and surname. She has nothing that says I'm South African in her name, which was the main reason why people started targeting Chidimma. It was because of the names. And I saw someone from Nigeria speaking about this, that the only reason that Chidimma even got this much attention was because of the names. And she felt, the commenter or the TikToker felt like the parents are supposed to sort of assimilate to whichever country that they are in. If they know that they are in South Africa, then don't give names that sort of expose that you are not from that specific country, especially if you know that the country that you live in is a bit xenophobic. But I feel like I don't want to judge her parents. And I don't want to judge her parents too much for that. So there's another video where a Nigerian lady also spoke about the issues that Nigerians face in terms of like tribalism and how difficult it is like for Nigerians that come from different tribes to vote for another tribe into power. And this is something we ourselves as South Africans are also facing. But with us, it's more xenophobic. Yes, there is tribalism to some extent, but most of the time I feel like the main issue that we face as South Africans at this point, it's the illegal immigrants that we are dealing with, and also the issue with home affairs selling passports, selling IDs, basically selling anything for quick cash. And Ranaka Manaka also spoke about how some South African women are marrying these Nigerians for money. So these are the issues that are affecting like the average South African. Like there's a ton of illegal foreigners here in South Africa, and also most of them you'll find that they even have a South African ID, they have a South African passport. How? Whereas these people were not even born here, they can't even speak a single word that is South African, but they have a passport and an ID. So the next video I'm gonna play, it's of a Nigerian lady basically saying that Nigerians need to focus they need to focus on their own country and leave South Africa alone, because Nigeria also has its own issues that they are facing, which is more tribal. And you find that, and she was also highlighting that it will be difficult for Nigerians to vote for Chidimma because they don't like certain tribes, and so they vote for people based on if they share similar language, tribe, religion, culture, etc. So if you don't fall in that category, this lady was highlighting that it's very difficult
funny that
for
Nigerians
you to
are always
win
referred to
anything.
South Africans as xenophobic when they themselves, or we ourselves, we have our own issues to deal with and we refuse to deal with it. Instead, we just decide to run away from our truth or look for who to blame when we should tell ourselves the honest truth. You are saying South Africans are xenophobic because they are trying to protect their land. What about we as Nigerians? Don't we have our own issues? Even during the election, that is when you will see that tribalism is really eating deep in Nigeria.
Let us know what you think on the comment section regarding this Chidimma issue. I feel like they should just leave Chidimma alone. Leave her alone. If you're not going to support Chidimma, then it's fine. But also I understand the joking side of it. But I feel like because they were dragging her for the past couple of weeks, I doubt she's finding any of this as humorous, in as much as we're laughing at it and we're finding it as a joke. I'm sure she's dealing with a lot of stuff at home. But yeah, please let us know what you think on the comment section, and do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.